Welcome. Yes, you're in the new Providence. When niggas get to snapping like they got no common sense. When we approach with confidence, we vote with confidence. Cause I'm consistent enough to throw the hardest to the fence.
Man, yeah, bitch, I'm on top of my game. So when you take my picture, put it in a superstar frame.
Now I get steady looks, cause I got heavy push. A playmaker with the rock, no Reggie Bush. Yeah, the Betty look kinda like a heavy book. They ready shook cause they already heard the hook.
Hey, Porta. Yes, sir, baby. Beer Bros, we are back in the building. About to hit y'all with another banger. Yes, sir, man. We got some nice games on the slate for this one. But before we get started, let me let y'all know who the fuck we are, man. This is your boy, Jay Reese, the gambler. Sitting here with my player partner, Silly C with the numbers.
It's your boy. Let's get him.
It's your boy.
It's your boy.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, we got a 4-pack of tall cans, 24 ounces on the table. 4 nice games coming up, divisional round. But before we go forward, we must look back in a segment we like to call Day Late and a Dollar Short. Silly C, break it down for us, man. Player props, spreads, totals. What happened to you?
Yeah, just when we just talk about fantasy production, there was a lot of it, and just to start off, Daniel Jones really balled out. Like he put up some fantasy points, about 30, almost 31 points in DraftKings, and then Dak Prescott again balled out. That was very surprising. The kicker didn't ball out so much. He kind of, but outside that, yeah, one of the people I really missed on was Dalton Schultz. He actually put up quite a few nice little numbers. 7 catches for 95 yards, 8 targets for 2 touchdowns. So he had a pretty good day, about 28 fantasy points. So yeah, that's who I missed out on.
Agreed, man. I gotta throw some extra on top of that. The boy Brock Purdy, when I say he had 300 plus yards, 3 touchdowns, really balled out, man. But if you got a spare moment, because I can't go over how the NFL just turned me upside down on my head. Day late and a dollar short on the Los Angeles Chargers. The game, hey man, I'm sorry, man. The game was fixed. It was fixed. Then I move on to Buffalo and Miami. I have Buffalo minus 6.5 in the first half, and Miami ends up scoring 11 points in the last 2 minutes. Fixed.
That was crazy. I thought it was a pretty crazy outcome to be up so
Yeah.
much and then lose the game.
Yeah, man, that shit looked shaky as hell on both ends. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Still patting my pockets. I got to a point, though. Silly, where I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just go to some NBA props. And I hit on that. Actually bounced my night back a little bit. But yeah, man, the games looked real flaky this weekend. But we're moving right along into the next set of games, man. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. They got the Chiefs sitting at minus 8.5. Jacksonville is plus 350 on the money line, and we have a total of, 52 and a hooker. What's the fantasy impact on this game?
Well, let's go ahead and
Ooh.
look at it.
Ooh.
Let's start off, top 5 players. At number 5, we got Jerick McKinnon. He's actually been balling out as of late, and even at towards the end of the season. Then number 4, we got Christian Kirk. Again, another baller. I really wouldn't trust him near as much as McKinnon, but I would get him in your lineup. And we got Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence again has been balling out throughout these playoffs. appreciate the way that he's been playing the quarterback position, projected for 20 points, and I think he'll actually get over that. I think this is going to be a shootout. Number 2, we got Travis Kelsey.
Yes,
Again,
sir.
another baller. I think he'll probably get the 20 points. I think he does see the end zone. And then we got young Patrick.
My
Again,
homie.
just a beast at the helm. Obviously he takes up a big portion of this chart over here. So get him in your lineup if you can, but you have to pay up.
Hey, man. Hey, you got to pay up for the best, man. I'm telling you
And
right now. And
and
that
one
boy
of the,
Patrick Mahomes, he is one of the best. It's looking, and he's the number one on his list, man. There's nothing really more to say there, man. That man is hungry for another Super Bowl. Going with his buddy Travis Kelsey, who I definitely think gets in the end zone, plus 50 yards easily. T-Law, man, 4 interceptions and then come back with 4 straight touchdowns. Man, we've been talking up this dude all season. He still gets the job done, along with his boy Christian Kirk. That is some star power on this list, man. Moving on, man. Who you got in this game?
before I jump into that, I want to jump into Jerick McKinnon.
Okay.
So throughout, definitely towards the end of the season, you can see he has been a threat. He was averaging well over 20 points. So
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be the difference maker in this game. Definitely watch out for him to come out the backfield and catch a pass for a big one. Yeah, so I definitely get him in your lineup.
Yeah, Jerick McKinnon's been running wild towards the end of the season, man. Get him in your lineup.
And then what you got for the next game?
What you got? What you got on this pick? The hell?
Oh, my apologize. What was the spread? What was the points again?
Minus 8.5 for Kansas City.
Ooh, I like Kansas City in this, but that minus an 8.5 is a little thick, so I'll take Jacksonville with the points. Let's go ahead and go.
Yeah, man, KC doesn't really cover any spreads like ever. 5-11 throughout the season, man. Is I don't know. I don't really know about this one, my man. So I guess I'm gonna have to take Jacksonville with no. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs minus 8.5. They about to steamroll these fools.
Oh, okay.
All right, man. Cracking open the next talk can, man. We have the New York Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, man. They got the Eagles sitting at minus 7.5. The Giants plus 290 on the money line, and we have this at an over-under of 48.5. Any fantasy impact players on this game? There's a lot of star power in this game. Skinny Batman.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start it up. Devontae Smith, number 5. Get him in your. I don't really trust him too much at that price. He doesn't really have a high ceiling, but I'd get him in your lineup if you can. Then number 4, we got Saquon Barkley,
The
a straight
Saquon
beast. And I'm shocked he's number 4 on this list, but hey, again, there's some beasts in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, we got Daniel Jones.
Okay.
Number 2, we got AJ Brown. Now
Yes,
look
sir.
for him to definitely get the points, and then that only leaves
Oh, it hurts so
Jalen Hurts.
bad. It hurts so bad.
Now, again, with him coming off his injury, you do wonder, but that's definitely the player I want to jump into here because, but prior to his injury, he literally was putting up like straight fantasy numbers. You
Mm-hmm.
definitely wanted to have him, and he was probably the reason why you got to the cup. Might have lost the cup because of him, but you definitely got to it because of him too. So get him in your lineup if you can. I think he's going to have a big day.
Yes, most definitely, man. Let me start with the 2 Giants, man. Daniel Jones showed his ass last week. He was running just as good as Saquon Barkley was. But with the lack of receivers on that side, it's kind of hard to take Daniel Jones in this spot right here. Philly has a really tough defense. Skinny Batman with Big Batman. It's nothing more to be said there. Jalen Hurts is about to drive this team. he has to knock off just, I say, a little bit of the rust, but I think he gets going by the second quarter. And to be honest, I'm going to jump right into my pick. I think the Philadelphia Eagles steamroll the New York Giants. I mean, steamroll. What you think?
And again, what's the points?
Minus 7.5, a number you don't want to take, man. I really love it at minus 6.5, minus 7.5. You're trying to get them to score a touchdown and a field goal. It's a little tricky, but I'm still rolling with that minus 7.5.
Yeah, I just can't do it. I don't know. I'm still rolling with the 7.5. I call steamroll 2. Let's go.
Okay. Next game we got on the docket. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Buffalo Bills. They got this sitting at minus 5.5 plus 200 for the Giants on the money line. Another over under of 48 and a hooker walking down the street. Man, this game is real tricky, man. Shouts out to DeMar Hamlin, man. They should have played this game a few weeks ago, but now this game really means something. All the marbles is on the table, man. We could possibly be looking at your next AFC team in the Super Bowl in this game. Who's the star power in this game? It's pretty easy.
Well,
Pretty easy.
let's go ahead and and get it started. We number 5. We got Jamar Chase. I definitely think he's low on this list, but there's again some beast in this game, so we'll just go ahead and move on. Number 4, we got young Joey B. I
You're
think
so
he
cool, Joe.
definitely. Oh yeah, Joe is cool. I definitely think he'll have a big game, him and Chase. But again, I think this is Buffalo's game to lose, especially after what happened. So number 3, we got Joe Mixon. I think he could be very sneaky in this game. If they have a chance to win, he's going to have a big game. So I do see him coming out of the backfield, catching passes, similar to McKinnon. Then we got Stephon Diggs, obviously a problem. He's not showed up so much late in the season, but I do think
he just dropped 100 plus yards on your head top last week.
Yeah, last week he did, but he hadn't shown up before that.
He had 100 in the game before that too. 100 in the tut in the game before.
Keep messing
with me. Keep messing with me.
We're gonna go because he's my deep dive player actually too. So
Okay.
For number 1, we got Josh Allen. Again, just a monster, very strong arm. I think he's gonna definitely get Stephon Diggs the ball, but that's where I definitely want to start the deep dive here. When we talk about the games that Stephon Diggs had towards the end of the season, if you look here, he had a 5.84. That's not going to get it done here in the playoffs. The only way that does get it done is if they get some big plays elsewhere, and I don't see it. I see that he's going to have to be big, but you do see his last week shows that he can be big. So I do definitely look out for him and get him in your lineup if you can. I do see him targeted a lot.
Yeah, man. So we're going to start right at the bottom of this list with Jamar Chase, who could literally bust the game open at any point in time, man. As far as the two Joes go, that offensive line has to really step up, but it's kind of banged up. So you could see Joe on his back a lot. You could see Joe Mixon getting stuffed in the backfield, but they both have big star player power abilities, man. Like, they can both get it done at any time. Double cup of Joe right there. But then we move on to the boy, Josh Allen. And Stephon Diggs, what a connection. You go in there and you throw in big play Gabe Davis. He just only shows up in the playoffs because he for damn sure didn't show up in the fantasy season. But that's neither here nor there. Stephon Diggs will be getting it done. Josh Allen will be getting it done, man. Let's slide into our picks. And I'm going to start with you, Silly C, man. We got Buffalo minus 5.5.
Man, I think this is going to be a close game. But you know what? I got them onions. I'm gonna go ahead and say Buffalo's going to win, but I'm throwing them points right out the window, and I'm gonna say they're gonna win money line. Let's roll.
Yeah, man. I would possibly have to be right there with you, man, but you don't really make no money on the money line with this one, man. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take Buffalo -5.5. As of yet, I have just picked all favorites with the points. There has to be an upset somewhere in here, man. Let's move it on to the next game. We got the Dallas Cowgirls versus the San Francisco 49ers, who's been putting in work with the boy Brock Purdy, man. They got this number sitting at -3.5 for San Francisco. This number has been going up and down for the last 2 or 3 days. +154 with Dallas on the money line. Over under of 45.5, man. There is a lot of star power in this game. This game is going to be huge. I don't think it's going to be that exciting. So let's go ahead and get into some exciting players.
Number 5, and I think we'll definitely have to be big in this game is Tony Pollard. Number 4, we got Mr. Brock Purdy himself.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Trey Lance. No, wait. No, Brock Purdy. And I think this might be his
Jimmy
team going
Garoppolo?
forward. No, no. I was talking about even the dude before that was supposed to be their future.
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy. Then we got CD Lamb. Dallas is balling out right now. I do see CD Lamb having a big day. And then we got Christian McCaffrey. You've seen him last week. He is a monster when he gets the ball
Monster.
in his hands, and very hard to stop. And then we got Dak Prescott. He can have a really big game if his receivers catch the ball and if he gets some protection. I do see him having a big game in this. And when it
What
comes
the
to, go ahead.
what the fuck? This list looked hella. Christian McCaffrey should be number 1. Dak
No,
Prescott should be down at 4 or 5 somewhere.
no, based on my analysis.
Excuse me. Silly C with the numbers.
Dak Prescott is number 1.
Mhm.
So, with that being said, I want to jump into Chris McCaffrey. Um, he
Number 1.
definitely is just a monster, and he's gonna be what San Francisco would need to win this game. Can't believe they got a trade, but if you see, he's the focal point of the
Mhm.
offense, every offense, any
Yeah.
offense he's on. So I do see him having a big day. Brock Purdy's gonna need to go out the end zone, throw out the backfield, throw it to him a lot because he's gonna. I think he's gonna be hit a lot in this game. So let's
Mhm.
go.
Yeah, man. Tony Pollard, real explosive. Every time he gets the ball in his hands, he's real electric. Brock Purdy has been putting on the show, man. He's won so many games in a row ever since Jimmy Garoppolo has went down, dating back to when they played Miami. Here's the thing about Brock Purdy. Hasn't really played that many great of a defenses yet. This is top tier level defense. And so is this team. That's why I think this is going to be a defensive battle. CD Lamb, super explosive, especially when he's got Dak throwing him the ball. Man, put up a whole bunch of 100-yard games this season. Christian McCaffrey is the man. I really do think he is number 1 on his list. And the game will actually be in his hands. Let's go ahead and jump into those picks, though. I'm going to tell you right now, man, this is a tough game to pick. This is the toughest game on the board. With that being said, Dallas traveling again on the road from east to west, from the south to the north. This is going to be real tough. And as soon as you start putting your faith in Dallas, they let you down.
Every time.
Every time. But I'm going to have to take Dallas with the points here. I don't have enough onions to sprinkle on the money line. I'll take them +3.5. I think this is one of the better defenses that Brock Purdy has seen all season. I think Dallas could just straight up win here and shock the world. But you know what Dallas do? Usually shit the bed. Silly C, who you
Yeah,
got?
yeah. See, and because I'm gotta roll with the team that I picked to
That's
actually
your dark
go
horse.
to the NFC, I gotta roll with Dallas. I can't stand them, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with Dallas on the
Damn,
money
that's
line.
crazy.
Let's go. I'll
Hey,
bundle them
hey,
up
hey,
with
man, you
the
can't let
last
your
one,
hatred for no team get in the way of your pockets, man.
right?
Never that. And that's what we are here for. The Beer Bros, your brothers. When it's you against the sports book, Beer Bros, we got your back.